Welcome to episode number 2. I have to speak a little bit louder, but if you haven't watched episode number 1, make sure you go back and you watch it right now. This is episode 2. This is what we're going to get up to. Watch the preview right now. See you in episode 2. Welcome back to episode number 2. So in episode number 1, on the previous one, we covered 3 main things. Number 1, which is how and why OFM works. Number 2, which is why would a model go ahead and work with you. And number 3, why you need to get started right now. You don't want to leave it till tomorrow, till next week or next year. Why you need to get started today. So all that's left now is next step. So the next step is, well, let's just get your first client, bro. It honestly is that simple. So in today's episode, boys, we're going to be covering exactly how you can go about getting your first model, because a lot of people struggle with that, but it's actually one of the easiest parts in this industry. So let's go to somewhere nice, quiet, get your laptop out. Let's do some work, bro. Here, boys, we drove to a rooftop bar, and on the way there, me and Aaron had long, in-depth conversations about where we've come from, and now that we're in Dubai, it's absolutely crazy. And places like these are so motivating, because you really see the finer things in life, which makes you want to work even harder to achieve them and consistently live this sort of lifestyle. But on the way there, we spoke a lot more about Aaron's goals, where he wants to get to, and what he's currently doing, and how is he going to get there. I mean, Aaron, the same as probably a lot of you guys, and including myself, just only a couple of years ago before I started this business, we didn't really have any other way of making cash other than the 9 to 5. And well, that's limited. You don't really make more money the harder you work. It's kind of the same, you know? So with this, it's something that Aaron is really excited to be learning about. The next part will be going over exactly how to get his first client. After explaining to Aaron what is OFM and how and why he needs to start one, he's super eager to just get his first client and start making cash. So as we're driving there, he was asking me a bunch of questions about exactly what it is, how it works, and how to get his first client. So without further ado, hope you enjoy the rest of the vlog. From here on, we then go to a cigar lounge as well, that I went ahead and reserved. And there we went over exactly how he's going to be getting his first client. The second episode, boys, we are covering exactly how to get your first client. So for a lot of people, they believe and they think that getting their first client is pretty difficult, right? I mean, for yourself right now, Aaron, I mean, you would probably think, okay, well, how am I meant to get my first client? Who, where, when? You have no results.
First place to start.
Right, you have no results, no clients. Well, how are you meant to do it? Now, the funny thing is that getting your first client on board is actually the easiest part. Let me just explain why, right? So for typical, like most businesses, when you're trying to sign up a client on a retainer basis, so for example, bro, I started a marketing agency, right? So what I would do is I would go to a business perhaps like yourself, and I would say, look, I will run Facebook ads for you. You pay me £2,000 a month up front. I will run ads for you, and then I'll get you clients at the end of it, right? But that means you have to pay me up front. You have to pay me your hard-earned £2,000 up front before seeing any results, and that's coming out of your pocket, right? Whereas with this, it's a percentage, so you're not actually paying anything out of your pocket up front as such, right? And 2, it's just a lot easier of a concept to understand. Okay, cool, I'm gonna come on board, I'm gonna make you more money, and then I'll take a percentage. Well, it's simple, right? So it's a lot easier to sign clients on that basis. Also, supply and demand is heavily in your favor. I think episode number 1, which I'm sure you guys should have watched by now, we went over kind of the rough statistics. Again, everybody's welcome to Google this, but I think on average, there's like 2 million active OF creators per month, whereas agency owners, there's maybe 10,000, right? So you don't really have all that much competition. So supply and demand is heavily in your favor right now. So if we know all of that, how can we go and get our first client, okay? So there's a couple of things. Remember the 3 things that the client must, or you and the client must have, in common in order for them to actually sign up with you.
You must know, like, and trust you.
Fucking bingo, boys. Know, like, and trust, right? Absolutely. Because if somebody doesn't know, like, and trust you, especially online, and they've never met you before, the chance of them actually signing up and paying or working with you is pretty non-existent, right? So if we know that the client needs to know, like, and trust you in order for you to sign them up pretty easy, well, then why don't we go after somebody and we try and reach out to somebody who already knows, likes, and trusts you, right? To some people, this might seem like common sense. To me, I didn't know about this, right, when I first started. So My advice for you, Aaron, and for everybody watching as well, is try and just message somebody that you already know. Maybe you went to university, maybe you went to college with them, somebody that you've met before in the past, right? It doesn't matter where, maybe a work colleague of yours, etc. Somebody who's either already doing OF or is open to starting it. That's going to be your easiest way to getting your first client on board, right? Because like I said, they already know, like, and trust you. Capish?
Capiche.
That's what I'm saying, simple as that.
Yeah?
We were just saying how bait of a spot this is. Of course, it's Aaron's first time in Dubai, so he had to. We had to show him the dropshipping bridge, so it had to be done. But he had some fun. All right, boys, we need to get to work. Right, let's go.
I know, but you're like wide as well. Nah, bro, you fucked it. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, your legs are a bit short. Here you go, sir.
Thank you.
Aaron's first ride in a Lamski.
Come on.
You've driven a Lambo before, no? This is the first time.
First time. Oh, this is the live.
Go on, your first experience, what are you saying?
Unreal, man. I'm telling you, this time in a couple of years, this is me for good.
All right, let's get to work.
Come on.
A little bit of an update. We're back here at the HQ. What an absolute day it's been. We've done a lot. I mean, you guys have seen it in the actual episode itself. This is our little friend Fiji. Anyway, you should already know this character as a part of the series. So the first episode, again, we went over kind of the absolute fundamentals. What is OFM, why it works, why you need to start one right now. In this episode, we went over how and why and where you could go about getting your first client, okay? Let's actually check up with Aaron. I know Aaron's just been here. What are you up to?
I'm just doing some outreach to finish the day off.
Doing more outreach?
Yeah, doing a bit of outreach, get started pretty quick, you know. And well,
That's what we like to see.
hopefully.
How many have you done, do you reckon?
But probably between 30 and 40 over 2 accounts.
So yeah, so in this episode, this is something that we didn't, of course, include on exactly what Aaron is sending, etc., etc. But yes, that will be in the next episode as well. We'll tell you guys exactly how you can find out exactly what Aaron is typing, what is he sending, etc. So make sure you're there for episode number 3 on, the next video. So that's all. We're gonna go ahead and catch up with Aaron and have a look through the DMs and see who's replied, see how far we can get, and see if Aaron is able to get his first client in as quickly as a couple of days' time. Arnold Schwarzenegger messaged me yesterday asking for my workout routine. I ignored it, I was busy. I'm busy, bro.
Yeah, because the chatting is the thing that gets me, like having to be on there all the time talking to them is hard work.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think?